The internet, this week in Naruto, in this chapter, I'm just gonna cut through all of the bullshit. Pretty much, from last week, the Black Zetsu now has the has the rest of the 9 tails, and does have the other eye for Madara. And Madara does ask him to pretty much give it, just hand it all over so I can start my plan. And stopping him was Obito. Obito regained his consciousness and pretty much used this as a moment to talk to Madara, pretty much calling him out, talking about something like, what was my fucking stake in your plan? Am I just another pawn, or pretty much am I one, or pretty much am I an actual comrade? You know, stuff like that. And pretty much Madara kind of explains it as yeah, man, I do actually see you as a very, very important piece in my plan. Pretty much I needed you to pretty much have my name, carry out all the things for me, and also pretty much I wanted you to become the savior of this land and stuff like that. And throughout all of that, they pretty much do kind of go back and forth all the way up into the point in which that Madara slowly kind of gets off track, or at least like it feels like he does, and pretty much he does tend to talk about how the Sage's 6 Pass Rikido, Rikido, he pretty much talks about like what how pretty much Chakra came to be, and pretty much how all of the ninjas nowadays, they pretty much know how to use their chakra and amplify it and use it as a weapon, and that it was originally intended for pretty much ninja to pretty much connect the chakra together so that everybody could understand one another, and pretty much there will be peace in the land. However, because of how pretty much selfish a lot of people were, they honestly kind of just wanted to use it to become stronger, and pretty much breaks down the entire thing of how that people who do have power, they pretty much go out and they seek to fight other people who are also strong, and also people who don't have power, they pretty much are left with nothing. And honestly, he does make, just like before, he does make a lot of good points, and pretty much saying that the irony of Rikido's plans was the fact that his mother actually used it as a weapon, even though necessarily he pretty much wanted to use it for a peace and not necessarily for fighting. However, with all of this, it seems as though that Madara pretty much does honestly kind of win Obito over, and that's when Gaara, Minato, and Kakashi, they use it as an opportunity to pretty much fight, to possibly try and fight off Madara so that they can possibly port Obito's body away. And soon as they do anything with the 4th Hokage using his teleportation, and Kakashi using his Kamui, and Gaara throwing up a sand barrier, Madara quickly cuts off Minato's arm, which does have the Rasengan in it. And pretty much I am happy that they actually kind of like lived up to the consequence of you actually using that against somebody who is actually prepared for it. He cuts off his arm, kicks it at Kakashi. Kakashi gets hit with the Rasengan, and then he kicks Minato's body at the Gaara, knocking him off his feet. Pretty much easily dispatching and taking them down as if they were nothing. Then pretty much going on to that, we do kind of have a little moment in which that Obito pretty much does jab his arm into Madara's body, reclaiming his own name, and also and also taking his staff away. Could possibly leading to him draining all of the stuff out of, him possibly draining all of the chakra out of Madara and reclaiming it for himself, and possibly using it as a tool to possibly undo what he had done previously. Or pretty much that's kind of a plan. But where this episode ends, he does kind of jab him in the stomach and then pretty much claims that he is Obito Uchiha, and pretty much that this is the version of him which did want to be Hokage at one point, because he does have a few flashbacks with him talking to Naruto. For this one, not necessarily combat heavy, but at the same time, it did give us a good history lesson upon like what chakra is, and pretty much kind of how it grew into the powerful epidemic that it is now, and pretty much all the people who do have it. And it's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing, but at the same time, it did honestly kind of move the story along. And again, another unexpected twist, which pretty much a lot of people, which that I do kind of get the feeling, in which that a lot of people, they don't really talk about the obvious endings, is because the fact that it's too easy to really much bring these up, or pretty much it's too easy to kind of think like that, and it seems like it would honestly kind of help out a little bit more if it didn't seem so human, but. Or at least, it didn't seem like, yeah, man, Obito, he just kind of just snapped back and then just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to take him down, stuff like that. It's something in which that you really would kind of expect in the back of your mind, but you wouldn't necessarily think them to act on it. But in terms of that, that's what I got to say about this episode. I'll see you guys on the next John Gray show. Please tell me what you think about that in the comment section. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I am out. You have a good one, all right?